Hello, this is Peter Webb, one of the team developers working on Changeman ZMF. Today I'm going to demonstrate the ZMF package component mass rebuild function. This function allows a developer to rebuild all of the like source components in a package, or rebuild a subset of those components. This function is planned to be made available in the ZMF 8.1.1 release. First, I'm going to rebuild the subroutine components in this package. I use line command S3 in the package list to specify which components I wish to list. In this application, library type SRN is used for all subroutines. On the package component list panel, I use primary command mass to initiate mass rebuild for all like source components in this list. On the mass build panel, I specify my job cards and whether I want to specify other DB2 options, suppress batch job component activation messages, and increment job names to run multiple jobs concurrently. I'll skip the other DB2 options. If the DB2 option is licensed, ZMF will use the default DB2 subsystem for any components that require DB2 processing. ZMF goes through the component list and issues recompiles for like source components that were previously recompiled in this package, and issues builds for like source components that were staged in or checked out to this package. I'll use the refresh command to verify that the rebuild is complete. The procedure name column shows splat recomp for the recompiles and the procedure name for other components. Now that the subroutines have been rebuilt, I rebuild the package component list for the remaining components. I could do this by library type, but this time I'll use the last change time to list components that have not been rebuilt since the subroutine rebuilds were started. On the package component list panel, I use primary command mass again. This time I'm going to specify other DB2 options to select a specific DB2 subsystem for any components that require DB2 processing. Any components in the list that are not like source are simply ignored. I can specify any component list selection I want. For example, I could specify a component status of incomplete in order to rebuild components that have not yet been built successfully, or specify my user ID to only rebuild components that I changed last. The mass rebuild function does not allow a developer to rebuild components that they would not normally be allowed to build or recompile. For example, if one of the components is locked by another user, the rebuild function will terminate with an error message when it reaches that component. That's it for this demonstration of the component mass rebuild function. Thanks for watching.